Hey guys, Fabrizio Romano here. I wanted to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video on my channel, OneFootball. You can find out more about OneFootball by clicking the link in the description and download the app for free. And trust me, it's definitely worth it. If you haven't tried OneFootball, definitely give it a try. Get updated on the latest in football, transfer news, live notification, injury updates, and follow your favorite team and players. So I've been using this app for years to check in all the results from all the football games each week, and I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. So if you want to get the best news and notifications from football, apart from my YouTube channel, of course, you can see I'm always here. Just click on the link in my description to download the OneFootball app now for free. Thanks OneFootball, and now let's jump into the new video together. And so guys, let me start with the news of the week. Ousmane Dembélé to Paris Saint-Germain. We wait for the here we go for all the documents to be signed, but we are almost there. What happened, guys? I told you, you remember the video very late on Sunday night. Dembélé said yes to Paris Saint-Germain, and I can confirm that. Dembélé accepted on Sunday night. Dembélé said yes to Paris Saint-Germain. Dembélé and his agent Moussa Sissoko had an agreement on the contract with PSG, and that agreement is valid. Contract valid for the next 5 years. But then what happened? I told you, there are two ways. One is to pay the release clause on Monday, the official release clause for La Liga. Then there are other ways. This is what I always told you. I was never mentioning the release clause of 100 million euros because that clause was never considered by Paris Saint-Germain as the solution to the story. PSG were always thinking of 50 million euros. Why? Because on Monday it was not possible to do it in time and to trigger the official release clause. It had to be the player, Dembélé in that case, because it's always like this with the release clauses. You go there, player, and you pay the clause. But it was impossible in terms of timing, in terms of location, and all these kind of things to make it happen. So what happened is that Paris Saint-Germain, by sending an official communication to Barcelona, I told you on Monday, there are two communications, one from the player and one from PSG, formal letters to Barcelona. In that way, PSG have activated the other way I was mentioning to you, and it's a private clause, a private agreement, a private document between Dembélé and Barcelona, which mentions that if there is, obviously, the player accepting and a club prepared to pay 50 million euros by the end of this week, there is a chance to make the deal happen. So what does it mean? It is kind of close. So there is the possibility for PSG to close the deal this week, but the big difference with La Liga clause is that La Liga clause has already expired and valid for 100 million euros now, but was never discussed for 100 million euros. With this clause, PSG have to discuss with Barcelona in terms of, okay, how we proceed, but it's a clause, it's a verbal agreement. It's a written agreement, so everything is guaranteed. PSG go there, put 50 million euros, and they have Ousmane Dembélé. So by the end of the week, Ousmane Dembélé will be new PSG player because he has the agreement with PSG, and PSG are now prepared to pay that 50 million euros by the end of the week in relax, no rush with the Monday madness with the release clause from La Liga, but this private clause is making the deal happen. So Ousmane Dembélé to PSG is imminent, is at the final stages. Let me clarify that Barcelona, from what I understand, will not get the full 50 million euros. In the case of La Liga clause, they had to get 25 and 25 to the player side. In this case, with the private clause, Barca will get more than 25, but not the full amount of 50. So there will be clarity in the next days about that, but it's not going to be 50 guaranteed. It's going to be something less, but more than the 25 of the official La Liga clause. So it was probably better also for Barcelona to wait. And so that's the point. Ousmane Dembélé is going to Paris Saint-Germain. We wait for the here we go really soon. Also important, guys, I wanted to mention that there are developments around the situation of Romeo Lavia, because Liverpool are ready with their second bid. We wait for it to be submitted very soon for the midfielder who is keen on joining Liverpool. So Liverpool are prepared to bid after they completed Jordan Henderson and Fabinho outgoings to Saudi. Now it's time for Romeo Lavia deal, and Liverpool will bid for around 45 million pounds package to get closer to the 50 million pounds valuation made by Southampton. So Liverpool are going to attack the Romeo Lavia situation, and also Manchester City, discussing about Belgian players, have added Jeremy Doku to their list. There are 2 players in City list and one more that at the moment can't be mentioned, but Jeremy Doku is in the list and is one of the targets. Michael Olise is one of the targets. Same for Chelsea, because also Chelsea, as I told you, have Olise in their list and is a player they really appreciate, but Chelsea are now really focused on Moises Caicedo. They signed this as his new centre-back, and City have also added Olise to their list. So Olise and Doku on Man City list, Olise, who is also on Chelsea list, together with Mohamed Kudus, who remains one of the names for Chelsea. So that's the situation, but mentioning Chelsea, we also have to mention what's going on between Chelsea and Juventus, because on Monday, through intermediaries, Chelsea and Juventus had new round of talks, and in these discussions, Juventus are insisting to include Dusan Vlahovic as part of the negotiation for Romelu Lukaku. So 1 month ago, Chelsea said no to Dusan Vlahovic. It was very clear, not because they don't like the player. There is someone into the Chelsea board who really appreciates the player, but they didn't want to proceed with Dusan Vlahovic as a target. So they rejected any negotiation for Dusan Vlahovic. It was not rejecting the player. It was rejecting the negotiation Vlahovic-Lukaku. It was beginning of July and also in June, when there was some possibility, Chelsea always said no to Dusan Vlahovic as a possible swap deal. Now what's happening? That for Lukaku the situation is in standby, and it's a big problem for Chelsea because he's on a big salary and it's something that they can't resolve at the moment. Lukaku wants to stay in Europe despite proposals from Saudi, and they are still insisting from Saudi. What's going on now is that Juventus, through intermediaries, are insisting to make the deal happen with Vlahovic to Chelsea and Lukaku to Juventus. That's what Juventus are offering to Chelsea. Why? Because in July, beginning of July, they were hoping for Dusan Vlahovic to join PSG, but PSG have not sent an official bid yet at this point for Vlahovic, and so now Juventus are insisting to include Vlahovic in a deal with Lukaku, with Chelsea. What's the point? That Juventus also want money, and they want something around 40 million euros for Dusan Vlahovic to join Chelsea and Lukaku to Juventus. Let's see how the discussion will go, but Chelsea are yet to make a decision on Vlahovic, if they want to sign him or not. What's the plan of the club, how much could be the salary. So Chelsea are still discussing internally before saying, okay, let's negotiate with Juventus. So let's see what they decide. At the moment, Juve are insisting for this possibility. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on Ousmane Dembélé, big news, but also Vlahovic, Lukaku, Romeo Lavia, Jeremy Doku. I wait for your comments. Here as always, remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio. Ciao.